Hi, my name is Chandler. How are you?
Hi Chandler, my name is Peggy Policastro.
I understand you are undertaking a major event in your life by going for your PhD.
That's right. Around 1 year ago I started taking classes towards my PhD. And I would say now I'm really in the thick of it.
What are you taking, what are you getting your PhD in?
Well, my undergraduate degree was in nutritional sciences and my master's is in nutritional sciences, but psychology is a real interest of mine as well. So I decided to pursue something they call an interdisciplinary PhD, in which you combine nutrition and psychology.
And did you start taking classes?
I started taking classes a year ago, as I mentioned. However, I realized that by taking one class a semester, it was going to take me forever to finish. So this past semester, I started taking 2 classes, and I'm really in the thick of it right now.
What is your favorite part about going for your PhD?
Well, I guess you can call me a nerd, but I really enjoy learning. Even though it's really tough to sit in a 3-hour class a couple of times a week after I worked all day, once I'm there and I'm learning new information, I'm interacting with other graduate students, I really enjoy it.
How about your least favorite part?
I would say my least favorite part is the time that it takes. When I come home from work at night, I'm so tired, but I have to sit there and I have to study. On weekends, instead of just having a whole weekend to sleep a little bit later or relax, I have to hit the books and do homework and projects, so I'm never having time to just do nothing.
What is the most overwhelming part about going for your PhD?
Probably the time that it takes. You know, I'm a mom, I work full time, and sometimes I'm just so exhausted just trying to fit everything in. And I feel like I may not have enough time to, especially when on weekends there's some family obligations, but I still have to study, I still have to do my schoolwork. So it's just trying to get it all in that's just so overwhelming sometimes.
Do you feel like you're prepared for the level classes that you are taking or will be taking?
What I'm finding is that it's really tough to adjust to being a student again. Even though I'm a professor at Rutgers right now, so I'm around students all the time, I'm not a student. And there's a big difference about being the instructor and the student. And so I've done very well in my classes. Fortunately, I've been getting all A's in them, which is great. But the hardest part is putting myself in that student role again. But honestly, I believe that being a student has made me a better teacher because I get to really understand what students are going through.
Right. Now Deanna is going to ask you some questions on another aspect of your PhD.
Hi, Professor Policastro.
Hi, Deanna. It's okay to call me Peggy, though.
Okay, Peggy. What inspired you to pursue your PhD degree?
You know, it's always been a lifelong dream of mine to get a terminal degree. I received my bachelor degree and my master's, and I thought, this is it, I'm done. But as I get older, I really want to be called Dr. Policastro.
How do other people influence you about getting your PhD?
You know, my parents always encouraged me to be the best I could, so right there I was always encouraged. But at Rutgers, where I work, I'm one of the only professors with a master's. Most of them have PhDs. So being the type of person I am, I don't want to be low man on the totem pole and only having a master's. So just knowing that really inspired me. Also, I've been really fortunate to work with some brilliant people that have also talked me into pursuing my PhD.
Do you think you feel more confident now that you started taking your classes?
You know, to be honest, when I took that first class a year ago, I was really scared. I was like, how can I go back to school at my age and sit with kids that are a lot younger than me, that also go for their PhD and succeed? But I have, I think, 15 credits under my belt now, and so I was fortunate to get A's in all of them. So I think the more successes that someone has, the more confidence they get. So yeah, it's tough, and there's times I'm like, can I do this? But each time that I get another class finished and doing well, it gives me confidence.
Even though going for your PhD sounds like a really positive experience for you, do you still feel stressed sometimes?
Definitely. You know, there's times I'm like, I just want to quit and give up, but I don't. And at the end, when I do well in the class that I said before, I'm ready there to sign up for the next class. And even though it's stressful, it's really stressful at times. It just, I think, makes me a better person because I'm pursuing a dream and going after something. I don't think anything that you really want without hard work comes to you. And with hard work, sometimes it's stress.
Do you feel like going through all this stress is worth it?
You know, I do. Even though it's tough at times, I think you come out stronger when you went through something, whether a good stress or a bad stress. It just gives you strength. And so, yeah, I do think it was worth it.
Overall, how would you describe the experience?
I think I would describe it probably like a roller coaster. There were times that I really enjoyed what I was learning and going to class, and there was times that I didn't know how I was going to make it through, being exhausted, trying to get everything done. So at the end of the day, it was ups and downs, just like a roller coaster.
What plans do you have for the future after you get your PhD?
Well, the truth is that I really like my job now, so I'm not looking for a different job. I think it's just to take the research that I currently do to just a higher level, to be able to maybe apply for different grants that I would do, to do larger research projects, to work with people throughout Rutgers that are other PhDs. So just again, as I started to say, it's really personally that I want this, but in the end, anytime you get a higher education is always a benefit.
Peggy, thank you for your time in this interview.
My pleasure, no problem.
It seems like a lot of stress can come from a bad situation or even a good one too.
You're so right with that, definitely.
What is the most overwhelming part about going for your PhD?
She's going in.
Did you think it?
Hi, Professor Policastro.
Hi, Deanna.
Start over, maybe. Like, what are you doing?
You have to put her in. It's fine. College. So when I obtained my, oh my God. Do an outtake of
What are you
Deanna laughing?
doing?
Like Deanna laughing. It's an outtake. You're an outtake.
I won't laugh this time, I promise.
Okay. You gotta go back to Chandler?
Every time right before we start, you like smile.
Okay, well. Parents didn't go to college, and so just getting a bachelor degree, I needed to go back. So yeah, it's really stressful, but it's a good stress in that it pushes me forward to continue my dream.